Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com, and good morning to all of you smoothie fans. I think that I've got probably maybe 150 people off and on that watch the smoothie videos, so I'm assuming that y'all do smoothies too, and I'd like to know what kind you do. I'd like to know what you put in them. That would be interesting to leave in the comments what you put in your smoothie and what kind of greens you use. Now, yesterday we had a discussion in the comments about what's more healthy, the baby greens or the more mature greens, and of course the people that do the studies aren't really sure either, but anyway, we've been using baby greens for a while. So this morning we're having, let me show you this. This is oatmeal and cream of wheat, barley, 2 little cubes of barley, and of course the carrots. And then this morning I decided to put in some quinoa, and this is cooked and frozen, and it's the dark quinoa. And we're going to have some bananas, of course, frozen. And I'm going to put some strawberries in. I'm going to use the orange to kill the taste of the greens. And then this is the last of this type of baby greens, which is the chard, red and green chard, and bok choy, and spinach, and I think something else. But anyway, I do rewash these, or wash them a couple of times. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. Put our greens in first. And these come in a big bag, and I got them at Walmart, which I was very, very happy. They were carrying this kind of greens, and several of y'all have written in and said that you also found these type of greens at Walmart. So I just think you get more for your money really in those big bags. Let me get the water. Alright, so I'm going to put in maybe half a cup and see if that's enough. Alright, so we've got our greens in, and now I've got strawberries this morning I'm going to put in, and also my dates. Now, I do go ahead and boil these dates and get them sort of reconstituted, plus, I don't know why, but, you know, dried dates, and they go through machinery to take the seed out, and I just feel like I want to put them in some boiling water, you know. I just feel more comfortable doing that. So this morning we're using 4 dates to sweeten the smoothie. And there. Of course, we're going to use the orange now. This is second to the last orange. I've got one more like this. You see it's trying to go bad. The thing is that I got the little email from Williams Produce, and they're telling me that they've got Valencia oranges, and of course I'm pretty sure that's going to be from California. But anyway, at some point here we're going to go down and get a bushel of the Valencia oranges, and I won't be having to pay this huge price for them like what I have had to do at Walmart to get these big oranges. Alright, so again, I just cut around the edge so the center thing will fall out, and then squeeze the rest of the juice in there. And I get the pulp, or most of it, that way. And then squeeze whatever juice is in there also. Oh, and did y'all know we're in the dog days of summer? And it definitely shows. Our temperature yesterday was 101 degrees. And I was afraid to even know what the humidity was. But it was so bad, it almost felt like you could cut the air. The humidity was so bad. So, what are the dog days? Dog days of summer. Have y'all heard your grandparents talk about that? I remember my grandmother would always say, "Oh, we're in dog days now." And what would happen during dog days. Well, I used to think that it was called dog days because my grandparents always had beagles around. They were hunting dogs. They didn't stay inside. But in the summertime when it was really hot and humid, those dogs would get around the front porch steps because they were cement, and they would dig around the steps and dig a hole and lay down in the hole. I guess they were trying to keep cool. But the dogs always had gnats around them, and they were, always getting around their private parts, and then the gnats would get around your eyes. And so if you got a gnat in your eye, chances were pretty good you were going to get an eye infection. And if you got a scratch on you, sometimes that would get infected. Y'all remember those days when you were young? This was, of course, before air conditioning. Yeah, I saw this dark. See, I'm not going to put that in. No. The dog days of summer, so we looked that up to find out how far back dog days went. And it seems like even the ancient Greeks knew about dog days, and they called them dog days, I think because there was a star called, the star was Sirius, and it was brightest is, I guess, the brightest star in the evening sky, and they actually sacrificed a dog, a red dog, to their gods during the time. And so anyway, the almanac, I think, says that dog days are about 40 days, and they run from somewhere like the 20th, 24th of July into about the 24th of August. And but anyway, my grandmother would always say, "Oh, we're in dog days now," and it would just be very hot, very, very humid, and before the days of air conditioning. So everything, the dogs kind of laid around, the birds weren't doing a lot of flying around, and kids weren't playing outside because it was way too hot. And so we would sit around in the living room and with the oscillating fan, and you'd just wait for it to come close to you to keep you cool. Y'all remember that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this in. It looks like I'm going to have a lot this morning. A lot of smoothie in here this morning. Yeah, I wanted to get some of that quinoa in. Now, quinoa, a lot of people think it's a grain. It's not really a grain, it's a seed. But still, it's got a lot of nutrients and a lot of protein in it. So, now you can get quinoa in your grocery store now, but this darker kind, or red quinoa, I had to get that at Whole Foods Market. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes this morning. Got a lot in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some peanut butter this morning. Give us a little bit of extra protein. Now the dates are what makes it sweet, because my strawberries are pretty sour. So yeah, if you don't use sugar, you pretty much have to use something to get it sweeter. I'm not sure if we need more water or if we're just frozen here, so let's find out. We're still a bit frozen. We'll be back and we'll let this thaw out just a bit. Okay, so we gave it about 5 minutes or so. I'm going to run it again because the body mix will actually help thaw it out. Now, I took the compost peelings and everything out. We've got a little compost bucket on the back deck, and it's very cool outside this morning, so This is the first relief we've had from this hot, humid weather in weeks, it seems like. But anyway, I think it's about 67 degrees out there, and that's a lot better than I remember a couple of nights ago when we went to bed. It was still 80 degrees outside. So, dog days of summer. All right, here we go. Okay, we're thawed out now. Yeah. All right, we gotta see how this tastes. Now those dates are what we're using for sugar. And I do go ahead and have them in boiling water for a little while and then let them cool, and I grind them up so that they can go in an ice cube tray. That way, it's just more convenient. Alright, so we did pretty good this morning. Don't think I've got any overage, so we did really good. Alright, let's give this a taste. I can taste the strawberries this morning. Now I used 2 small bananas. I don't really taste the bananas. I don't really taste the peanut butter this morning. Anyway, one of the things that will hold us until really for 5 or 6 hours, and I'm talking not getting hungry at all, would be the cream of wheat, oatmeal, barley, and the quinoa. And of course, this morning, a little bit of peanut butter. All right, so we'll see y'all next time. Y'all leave me some comments. Do you remember dog days, or your grandparents or your parents talking about dog days? And of course, we all know that that's really the hottest part of the summer and probably the most humid part of the summer. And of course, we're praying for cooler weather here. It's been terrible. And when it's this hot and this humid, you have more flies, more gnats buzzing around your eyes, and more mosquitoes. Bad, right? All right, so y'all leave me some comments. See you next time.